Check me out. I'm back in my office. My halo. Yeah, so this video is the first time I ever went sailing with Rich from Sailing Mist. If you want a well-edited video with a story and a beginning, a middle and an end, and, you know, something that makes a bit of sense, I'll link to his video of this, because I forgot to take a lot of footage and I just did sailing and playing about. So what I've done is I've cut together the footage that I've got and we'll just watch it together. I'll talk over myself talking over people, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, first time I ever sailed anything, and it happened to be my boat. Let's get into it. So Aussie Dave filmed this bit of me and Rich from Sailing Mist, who came out and taught me some sailingy bits. So at the minute I'm hanging off the back of the boat, trying to manoeuvre the little outboard because the starter motor's dead, and it is an absolute faff. As you can tell by that gracious hand wavy, and then I don't know if this is a different day or what, but I had the footage, so that knows it's gone in. Yeah, so I was worried about the outboard. Any bit of swell, the propeller sort of comes out of the so it's only an emergency backup. It'll do for now. And then we were out. This is me putting up my sail. So yeah, the halyard's at the mast, and the problem I'm having is that the slot where the cars go into the track is quite wide open, so you have to feed each car in.
I'm just going to let a little bit of main sheet off.
You let some main sheet off, Rich. Get your fingers off the camera as well. That's my bottom. But yeah, the sail is up, and you can actually hear the outboard coming out of the water in the swell. So it is. It's less than ideal, but it's more ideal than no engine at all. So, hey, voila! A sail is up.
Happy with that?
Look how gracious I am. And there we are. I wasn't prepared for just how silent everything was. It was amazing. I think we're gonna do some tacks. The old ready about, lee ho, or whatever I could remember.
I think we were just making our own wind, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. But if we shut the headsail up.
Am I tacking? Yeah, so it's absolutely fantastic learning with Rich. I think he teaches kids how to sail, so like it was right on my level. Oh no, we're putting up the headsail, that's what we're doing. Yeah, it was right on my level, so little things like I've forgotten. A flappy sail is not a happy sail. Sheet it in and make it grin. And if in doubt, sheet it out. Yeah, I quite enjoy going upwind. You know, sort of pinching as close to the wind as I could, and sort of watching the front of the head sail until it just starts to flap, and then sort of bearing away slightly and just sort of holding it there. That was my favourite bit. My least favourite bit, I don't know if we've got it on camera or not, was dead downwind. We tried goose wing downwind, but with no poles or anything, so it was horrible. Not a big fan of running either. But also today is the day I should have set off, and I turned around and came back. tomorrow I'm going out, and it should be a beam reach pretty much all day. So no running. And there we are. I am doing a sailing in my boat. She's pretty quick, you know. I was pleasantly surprised. Rich was like, "Oh, we've sped up, can you hear it on the water?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally, I know what that difference is." I didn't. And here it is, the dream. Nice and relaxed, nice and quiet, on my own boat. If somebody wasn't there, I probably would have got emotional. But, you know, can't cry in front of people. This clip's dragging on, isn't it?
We have. Yeah. Wind's coming over our starboard side.
Like, really dragging on. I probably should have cut that down a bit. Cool though, isn't it? I love like the sky, how it's got like that little moody bit at the bottom of the clouds and the sun coming through, and oh man, this sailing malarkey. It'll probably be the only nice sail I ever have, all the rest will be absolutely petrifying.
What side of the boat?
Bonjour! I'm doing a sailing. I can't talk to this camera while there's people here. Rich is here from
I'm
Sailing
here.
Mist.
I'm here.
So now I can't talk to you because I feel like an idiot. But yeah, I'm doing an actual sailing. Well, I'm not because Rich is, but I was. No, I'm just having a minute. But I'm in our sea. I had grandiose plans of getting like loads of decent footage and stuff like that, but it's just more fun just faffing about sailing, so unlucky. Don't know who that clown was. I think this is doing a tack.
Ready about?
Ready?
Wee-ho!
I remembered the words and everything. Consummate professional. Graceful manoeuvre to the other side there.
He's looking swapped over already.
So when I was tacking, when I was like getting close to the wind, I was just eyeballing the jib all the time, and then sort of as I was tacking, as the main came across, I was looking for the right shape on the main, and then Richard just sheet the jib sort of thing. So I'd get my tacking angle from the main rather than looking at the jib, if that makes sense. And there we are, travelling again. This might be. Oh yeah, I forgot the words this time. As you can see, the wind just kept dying. It was really changeable, but it was good because I learnt quite a lot. We did all different points of sail and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, that's cool.
One thing I don't like is how the boom sort of crashes, particularly like when we were luffed up and it was like swinging to one side and catching on the main sheet. You know, sort of the main sheet stopping it and banging. I just don't like the sound of it. I feel like it's going to break.
Right, so I'm going to lock with the teeny.
Ah! Doing a reefing.
Yeah.
I was actually confused as to where the which cars needed to come out of the track or stay in the track or were above or below the slot sort of thing, but got it sussed out. So there's 2 reefing points on the sail currently. There is a third point higher up that isn't what's the word, set up, so I don't have a little block on the side of the boom for it. And what I find out in a minute is that both of the reefing lines.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rich, interrupted you there. Both of the reefing lines go to the same.
Let the kicker off first.
What kicker?
Your vang thing.
It's off, isn't it?
Oh, possibly. But when you go to lift the boom, it might tighten up.
Right, got you.
I've left the main, let the main off.
As I was saying, both lines go back to the same cleat, so realistically I should have 2 cleats, one for each. So that's the first reef.
Is that reefed?
That's reefed.
It's reefed.
That's easy enough, isn't it?
It's alright, isn't it?
Famous last words.
Ah, that's interesting. What would you do with that one now? If you had to go, is there a horn on the other side?
One on the other side of what?
Of the boom.
I thought he meant like a horn on the
Sorry,
gooseneck.
a cleat on the other side,
No. So you'd take that off first, wouldn't you?
which is a bit of an arse.
And then would you tie this? Or would you bother?
I think with that as it is, I probably wouldn't bother.
A reef?
Do I do the second one? Takes no time, does it?
Yeah.
Go on, man.
So what are we going to do this first, do you reckon?
I think try and do it with it on, because in reality you wouldn't want to let the first one off to put the second one in.
Right, got you. Bit of a shit design, really.
See that banging? I don't like that banging. Puts the heebie-jeebies up me. See the end of the boom out, it's like stink. Can't be good for it. Interestingly, I've actually got a roller boom, or it used to be a roller boom, and it's been.
That off, aren't I?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Which people have stopped interrupting me, and it's been converted to slab reefing, which is quite weird.
It's what would you do with that? Just chuck it around?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I could do with another cleat.
That'll do. And then if you had some ties, you can go through and tie it all up, but doesn't look that bad, does it?
I do have some elasticy things that I could use.
I bet she'll take 30 knots on that, won't she?
Aye. And then you've got that third one you can go to if you wanted.
Yeah, just no reefing line in it, have I?
No, but you could use your first one.
Right.
Just
take it out of the.
Take it out and yeah. Or you could put a third one with another track on the other side. Is there? Don't know. You might be able to do that. Right, let's take them out.
Right, let's shake out the reef.
Alright, oh, technical!
Hey, hey.
Technical!
Like that. I've been waiting to say that ever since I found out we were doing shit. I don't like that these are just sort of on the deck.
again, I've got to sort of, I can't remember if any of the cars came out, but basically got to guide each car up the track, which isn't ideal. So when I'm going to be on my own, I think I'm going to actually lark foot a climbing sling around where the gooseneck is and connect myself to the base of the mast basically while I'm faffing up there, and I'll be able to lean into that. I mean, it's like a 22 kilonewton braking strain, so it'll even hold me. Et voila, she's back up.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Right, isn't it?
Yeah. Done.
Not very graceful at getting around.
You're telling me you're not?
Oh.
Terrible.
That's alright, that wasn't it?
That's about the end of that footage. Yeah, as I say, that's the end of it. I was busy learning stuff instead, but it was awesome. I'm currently at Portland Marina as I'm recording this little bit, so I didn't die, so he taught me well enough to get me here, at least. Don't know where I'll go from here, but we'll see. Just a bit of housekeeping about the comments. So YouTube's changed how the notifications work, and I can't just delete all notifications, and it's annoying. So I'm not always getting, if I see the comments that go on and I reply to them all, but then if you reply again, I don't always see it. So I don't think I'm just being ignorant, and I don't really have time to go through every single comment and look for which ones have been replied to or not. But so I'm not being ignorant. It's just stupid notifications. But yeah, that was it. As I said, Richie's video's a lot better, so I'll put a link in the description. Go watch that if you want. And that's that. I absolutely loved it. And I've done 3 days since then sailing solo, which will be next week's video. Patrons are getting it at the same time you're getting this. My phone goes off every time I make a little intro thing. Every time. Twice. Comedy timing, man. Sometimes it's automatic. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I had something I was gonna say. Tune in next week. It probably won't be rubbish.